What's up, guys? And now we're gonna be finished with Ever After High, and I'm gonna show you a little sneak peek of the Avatar redraw in my style. Okay, without further ado, here we go. Jackie Frost, 19 years old, to Anastasia Frost, 25 years old. So the elements that I pulled were the wrapped stuff about the pants here, the corseted top of the dress, a little bit of this open cape thingy on the skirt, and I did the hair kind of like that the best I could. And I tried to do her lips, but they just turned more heart-shaped than the original. But yeah, I tried to do as much as I could for the original color scheme. I didn't want to do those kind of shoes because none of these had that kind of shape, so I just did flats. And honestly, I feel like cool. Very, very glad with how this turned out. So yeah, Anastasia Frost, 25 years old. Okay, Justine Dancer, 15 years old. From this to this. I drew a lot of inspiration from this dress, and I really like the pleating, and this had pleating, this had pleating, this had a little pleating, so I was able to draw inspiration from that. And I tried to keep as much as the original design as I possibly could, so I did a couple of ribbons, like a few ribbon motifs, and then like the armor situation going on, I did that. I couldn't do the sheer effect on the sleeve, so it's just like a short sleeve situation. Plus, it gives her more like movement if she does do anything. And she has like a little silver tiara. Skin color is always the hardest for me with darker skin characters. I just don't have the markers that are like close to the skin color, so I have to use pencil, and that always looks rough, and I don't want it to look rough. But at least it's close enough. And the hair was a little difficult because it was like bordering on like black a little bit, so I had to do my best with different shades of brown. But I think I achieved that look, and I don't know if this is like, I don't know if her eyes are blue or green, so I did my best with the choice that I did. And the shoe situation, I'm imagining that she's wearing ballet flats or like ballet shoes, kind of like this or maybe like this. But yeah, I wanted to do like almost like a ballerina kind of outfit, like if it was like a long skirted ballerina outfit. And these kind of remind me of like the tutu situation. And I think the silhouette for like this corseted top right here kind of works with this too. And I wanted to do something on the bottom of the skirt so this looked like a little bit like this too. But I just ended up doing like something like this, which is honestly cute still. So yeah, that is Emilia Dancer, 21 years old. I forgot to do the S part, but I'm not gonna change it now. I'm tired. I'm done with this little 3-part video series on this Ever After High thing. On to the next one. Jillian Beanstalk, 15 years old, adventurous type. To this, she's got like a little bit of a pouty lip, but I did a lot of the highlight of the hair, and I was really inspired by mostly the mummy character, Evelyn or Evie or something from the Mummy, and I was like really inspired by that, so I did a little bit of that. And the accessories on this are here. This is supposed to be a bean. I couldn't think of anything for a bean, so I was like looking at this for like bean help, kind of. And I wanted it to be like really cool looking, and I think the pants turned out great. And this is more of an adventuring outfit. She still got like the girly corset thing that was inspired from this, and also like the sleeve situations like here too. And her hair is a bit higher up because if it's braided, it could get like yanked, but if it's like in a ponytail, it might not be so hard yanked because what if somebody gets their hook in one of the notches in the braid? That's not good. So maybe like if she's like freely exploring and not like an adventure, she could have her hair in a ponytail. But if she's like in an adventure, maybe like a bun or something like that. So that way it's like less likely to get tagged on something. And it's like on her head. And then I just, like, picked this picture out because it was, like, inspiration, I guess. And I guess you could say I took some inspiration from, like, the color? I don't know. But most of this color is from this. I wanted to make sure I did all the color schemes from each character good. And I added a couple of things, like pockets and rope. That's rope. And a dagger, because, if you're adventuring, you're gonna need a dagger to get some vines out of the way or defend yourself. So, yeah, and then a little bucket for, like a basket or something on your leg. So, like, if you need to, like, put something in something, you got that, because that's not gonna be really useful in an adventure, because you have to keep that on your arm, and oh no, what if it falls off while you're climbing? It's not that really convenient, but if it's on your leg, it's more convenient. So yeah, Delilah Beanstalk, 23 years old. Kitty Cheshire, 16 years old. To Priscilla Cheshire, 21 years old. And this is like a little. So the story was written in the 18, or like the Victorian era. So I went for a more Victorian style dress. So it's heavily inspired by this dress. The bodice top is like this, except the circle around thingies are like from this one. Like these two cats mixed together to make the top. And right here and there. So imagine these colors plus this equals this. It's like purple, pink, blue chaos. And instead of like human ears, I just gave her like cat ears, because sometimes I think she appears with cat ears, like out of nowhere. So that's what I went with. And I found a hairstyle that I liked, so I wanted to do this kind of hairstyle, so I did it. Because if you're gonna be 21, you want to be a little bit more mature than your 16-year-old self, so you want to do your hair up. And these are like supposed to be yarn balls. Yeah, yarn bars. And then this cross stitch thingy is supposed to be like lace detail, or like that detail. It's hard to do lace on paper. It is very hard, and when you have very thick or thin-ish markers, you can't really get thin markers, so you do what you can with what you got. But yeah, that's Priscilla Cheshire. I hope I'm saying the name right. Anyways, next one. Michelle Mermaid, 13. This does not look like a 13-year-old, by the way. This does not look like a 13-year-old. This is too much like a 16-year-old looking year old. Anyway, I took all of this and made this. I was very much inspired by the Ariel poofy dress thing, and like I wanted to do some like Denmark kind of outfits, so I did like a bit of this top. You see the detailing here? I tried to do that here. And then this kind of, I don't know what it's called, but I did here. I also did like some bead details, so we can get like maybe like some of that bead detail. I don't know why I put that there. Maybe like as an inspiration. I don't know. But yeah, this is what we have, and I tried to do like this kind of hairstyle for this, but that would have been too difficult. And I wanted to do the hair swoopy from this to here, so I did. And I wanted some kind of cute like tiara kind of situation, because she's got a tiara. So I did something like this. And yeah, this is what I got. And I kind of like how it's like swooshed like this a little bit. But yeah, and I have like some kind of like this kind of stuff underneath the skirt here. So you still got a little bit of it, and there's a little bit on the bodice too. And we got the little like peeking thingies that are right here on here. It's heavily inspired by this dress and this dress. So yeah. And I did the scale thing, because where else is the blue gonna show up? Hello? So yeah. Sapphire? I don't know why it Sapphire? Sapphire? I don't know. Maybe I was trying to go with Sapphire, but it's already on paper somewhere that's like sealed up, so I can't change the name. But it's kind of cool looking name though. Sapphire Mermaid, 22 years old. All right, okay, I'm kind of tired today. So Melody Piper, 16 years old, got like a punk rock situation going on here. And then we changed it to Lydia Piper, 23 years old, and I wanted to get the detailing from the skirt to on like a like a like this situation right here. I wanted that here, so I did that, and I think it looks cute. 'Cause I really like the swirlies, and then I decided to do this kind of skirt underneath to do the blue that's in her shirt. The green is mainly her main part of her outfit, and I do have a bit of the musical note situation going on from her tattoo or something. And she's got like musical notes, even though they look like J's, but they're musical notes, and to, reference to her music. And she's got a flute because the Pied Piper has a flute, and it's a little bit more mature, like she's really leaning in towards the like musical part, like the classical part, maybe. She might dabble in the DJ stuff still. I don't know. She might, cause 20s. And I also got like a little Pied Piper hat going on. I was very inspired by that. But yeah, that's what we got. Some boots because she wears boots, and it's the only thing I could think of. The silhouette of the dress was very much inspired by this and this. So that was the plan, and then obviously the music notes because there's music notes here, and I wanted to make sure you could tell it's the Piper kid. All right, next one. Nina Thumbelina, or is it Thumbell? I don't know. Ah, no, I messed up on that. But anyway, Nina Thumbell, 15 years old, to Naomi Thumbell, 22 years old. And when I Googled to make sure it looked like this, like if Google said, "Oh, it looks like her," it was like, no, no, she's more of like a short dress kind of girly. Well, too bad, so sad. This is more of a grown-up version, and I'm making the assumption that there's like a wrapped around the leg situation for the shoes, because I can't exactly do that underneath and then have the overlay of the skirt. So I'm so happy with how the skirt turned out. Cause look at that ombre effect. That's marker and pencil, dudes and dudettes. That took forever to do, but I did it. Anyway, okay, so this dress was heavily inspired by mostly this outfit, and a little bit of this. Like the poof from this skirt, the the midsection from this skirt, so like this part is right here, and then the sleevey part, like the shoulder off the shoulder bit is here, and then the hair is definitely this. And then obviously all the colors are from here to here. It's a bit more darker green, but still there's green. And I really like how it turned out. It's cute. Like the hair has gotten a little darker. Like you never know if you age and your hair gets a little darker. Sometimes that could happen. So maybe it happened to her. She's a bit lighter than I wanted her to be, but I tried. I think it might be a bit darker in person, hopefully. But I did try my best to get the skin color right. Okay, Poppy O'Hare, 18 years old, to this. Brianna O'Hare, 25 years old. Same age as her twin. So I went for a more mature look. She's still a little hairdresser, but she's a little bit more like 90s grunge, while still like medieval-ish because the sleeves and a bit of the bodice. And she's got a bit of still like the metalwork, but still kind of like, ooh, I could probably see this on a medieval lady blacksmith or something like that. And then I kind of got these like jean texture almost, but still kind of like a gray or something. And then I kept the boots because I couldn't find any boots or shoes in my head that would work. But yeah, so there's like a little comb in her hair, which is kind of cute, like a comb tiara situation. And it's the two color thing, her purple and her orange, but it's a bit longer and like big enough for a bun, but it's probably not too long. All right, so that's Poppy O'Hare to Brianna O'Hare. This is one of my recent finished ones. So Ramona Badwolf, 18 years old, to Namira. If you hear a cat in the background, I'm sorry. He wants in. The kitty wants in that room. Anyways, Namira Badwolf, 24 years old. I wanted to go for like a medieval look because a lot of iterations of the Big Bad Wolf and Red Riding Hood are like from the medieval era. So I wanted to go with more medieval outfit. So, and definitely like some wolf fur going like cloak stuff. I would have done this, but I wouldn't know how to do it. But I definitely did some ears because why not? She's the Big Bad Wolf. And if you can tell, there's actually some stripes situation going on, which is actually in her pants. Cool, huh? And since there's like both blue on her top and her pants, that works. And then I tried to make this look red enough to match that red and that red. And then I have hopefully like a crisscross applesauce situation going here that could also work with that. No shoes because ain't nobody got time for medieval shoes because I don't know what they look like. Probably flats. I don't know. It's been a while. And anyway, I wanted this to look like majestic medieval kind of looking thing, so kind of like this almost. I made the sleeves intentionally long, but I kind of forgot to look at this when I made the sleeves, so happy accident. But yeah, this is Namira Badwolf, and she's got like a gold thingy hair, like a gold thingy in her hair, like here. And she's got like this chain situation to keep her cloak up. And yeah. Oh, well, she also got claws. She also has claws too. But yeah, so there's like wolf fur trim or like fur trim on the bottom of the dress, and then she's got a cape. And then there's like a light blue situation going on right here in the cuffs thingies. Alright. Rosabella Beauty, 17 years old, to Rosamond Beauty, 22 years old. The lighting doesn't do the dress and outfit justice, but it does look like almost like Belle went a little overboard with some fur on the collar and sleeves and added some extra details. Because I wanted to do some rose details from the dress, and yeah, I wanted to do some rose details from the dress, like the top and stuff, and the bottom, and I wanted to do it in here. And also, since there's like flowers in the shoes, why not do it in the dress? And the shoes aren't really visible, so who cares? And then I wanted to do some like this, like whoop, whoop, whoop situation with like the little dots and curtain situation here and here. And then the bows, because I like doing bows. And because in the century that Beauty and the Beast was probably like from or something like that, like the 17 or 1600s, they had bows in the bodices. So that's what I did. And also, I messed up a lot on this one. Kind of befitting because Rosabella and Daring kind of probably end up together. I messed up on the first round for the face, and so I had to redo the face, but I sketched over like an inked version of the dress because I liked how the dress looked. So I did that, and then when I'm on this fresh page, I painted and did pencil afterwards because I tried to get the right color match, but it just didn't work. And plus, I also like painted black first instead of doing color first, so that also messed it up. So I had to like paint yellow paint slash gold paint on top of some black mess that happened here. So it is what it is, but it's cool still. It was worth it though, because after I painted it, I covered it in pencil, which added some more depth and color to it, which is honestly good. And I like how it turned out. And also she's got like a flower crown, like a gold flower crown like she has in here. And she's got like a lot more red in her hair, but still some brown. Still works. And she's got glasses. She's got her glasses and brown eyes. So she's got the whole shebang from here, plus adding this. I don't know why I had these two options, but I wanted many options, I guess. But yeah, that's Rosamond Beauty, 22 years old. And then finally, our final one, Northwind Frost, 19 years old, to Nicholas. Nicholas Frost, 25 years old. Kind of similar to his twin, but while also being different and unique. I was leaning more heavily into this kind of hair with this situation. And I also gave him like a little beard, like a little goatee. And I still did the wrapping legs thing, but with more of this pants length, basically. And the shoes are kind of, I feel like kind of like that shoe. And then the cape is definitely inspired by this cape. And the suit part is inspired by this, but the like the sharp almost ice-like thing is more like inspired from that, which I'm very happy with. And this is definitely a bit more darker blues and a little bit of purples. Kind of works with this more than this, but I still tried to make it look cool and look a little bit like him. When I googled, does this look like Northwind Frost? It said definitely mature version, so I'm happy with that. And I feel like in this interpretation, it could be seen as this Frost boy taking in the role of Jack Frost as like the male counterpart, or his sister is the female counterpart of Jack Frost, Destiny or whatever. And it's a bit less like mountain climbing and a bit more mischief and maybe a little bit business, because you never know, kids mature as they age. But yeah, Nicholas Frost, 25 years old, is the last one. And I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek of the. Oh my gosh, there's a cat that really wants to get in this room. Okay, anyways, here's a little sneak peek. Alright, this is next after Ever After High, but for now, let's go back to the actual pictures in real life. Alright, let's go! Okay, so here we have Jackie Frost. I'm not changing the light situation because I'm a little tired today. Anyways, so this is the outfit in person. You just saw Nicholas Frost, so let's just take him out really quickly and compare the two together. Oh, that's definitely siblings. That is so siblings. They might not match, but the hair. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely Anastasia Nicholas. I almost feel like you need to have like an accent when you say the name Nicholas. Anyway, this is definitely sibling vibes. I would have loved to gotten a correct skin match to like make them look really look like siblings with the same skin tone. But beggars can't be choosers. But yeah, they're definitely siblings for sure. Okay, we're gonna get to him last. Again, okay, so this is Jack. This is Jackie / Anastasia, but Anastasia in my version. Oh, right, there's another side. Then here is, oh, I forgot her name. Wait, I have the slideshow right up. This is Amelia. Okay. This is Amelia Dancer. And I'll just get this a little closer so you can see the hair. It's definitely hair. Then the bodice. I really like the bodice. It's definitely like military, almost pretty vibe. Like a pretty military outfit. And then like the chainmail situation. Lovin'. Then yeah, I really like it. Okay, then we have Delilah. I think Delilah. I don't know. It's definitely okay. So there's the dagger. Yeah, there's the dagger. The little pouch, and then some pockets, and then the rope. I love how this pants detail turned out. It looks like pants. So fun. And then the shoes. Then there's the hair. Oh, she's got earrings. I forgot to mention that earlier. She's got earrings. Okay, now we go to... Whoa, this is... Did I mess up? Oh, wait, no. No, I didn't mess up. I was now looking at the other side. I scared myself. I was like, Michelle can't be next. or the mermaid can't be next. So here is the Kitty Cheshire. Like, look at that hair. Oh, I forgot she had earrings too. But yeah, Kitty. But instead, it's crud muffin. Priscilla. Priscilla Cheshire. And like, see those little almost yarn, if I can focus. It's like yarn details. That was like the only ones that I bothered to do more yarn details. The bottom ones are just like circles. Pretend they're yarn. But yeah, I really like this like almost like lip situation. Not like lip, tongue situation with this fabric in the front of the vertical lines. But yeah, I really like this layered effect of the Victorian almost looking like dress. And I like the little cape that's going on at the bottom of the, like at the skirt. Like from here down is like a skirt situation, like a cape skirt almost. It's really fun. I really like how it turned out. Okay, now it's Safria turn. Obviously, now that you have access to a camera, you can look at the little underwater sea creature detail. And that's so cute. Yeah, I have a hard time with hands. Really, really hard time with hands. And then I did a little star on her face because I know that she has some stars on her face on the original, and I didn't want to do too many because there wasn't really like enough room for it. So I tried. And then like the hair detail, like imagine that if the paper was taller, you would see like a tall head of hair. And then I'm so happy with how the bangs turned out. I was like, oh, perfect. Honestly, the hair color is perfect. I'm happy with how it turned out. And look at the little motifs on the bodice. If the camera will focus, yep. And then obviously the seashells. Okay, let's flip. Alright, Lydia Piper. As you can tell, they're kind of like music notes, hopefully. And then the little hat is so cute. I love the hat. And then there's like a little music note in the hat, too. And so cute. It's like electric flute. It's an electric flute, so there's still like an electricness, like for the DJ part. So if there's some way that she could probably make a beatbox with a flute. But yeah, there's the tattoo, some shoes with a little bit of shading, and yeah, there's the detailed cape, well, half cape, and yeah, I really like how it turned out. She's a little bit muscular, but also like still like feminine. You can be muscular and feminine at the same time, which is kind of cool. Which is really cool. Okay, so the skin is a bit darker in person, which is I'm glad about. But look at that ombre effect! It's a little harsh, but also kind of soft at the same time. Also, I forgot, like, there's a bunch of flowers on this dress. Well, not like a bunch, but like flowers. Like, there's earring flowers, there's the headband flowers, there's like off-the-shoulder flowers, there's the waist flowers. The whole skirt's basically a flower. And then the shoes are so cute. I a little messed up on a little bit of the shoe, but otherwise I was able to manage to fix it. But otherwise, yeah, that's Naomi. And then here is Bianca. Not Bianca, Brianna. Brianna O'Hare. And that's the little headband, like, hair comb thing I was talking about. The hair is beautiful. Like, on the camera, it's, like, really, not camera, on the screen, it was, like, dark. But, like, in here, you can, like, see the different textures, which I'm very happy with. And then, like, this is so cute. It's really, really bright. I tried to make it look like the grunge look that I was gonna try to go for with like the 90s and the original outfit, but it was a little hard to do. I tried, but I also wanted to include like a couple of motifs of doing hair, so I did like a whole chain, like a 2-tier chain situation, and then on the bottom tier there was like little accessories that you'd use in hair work, so like a scrunchie, a hair dryer, some scissors and a comb. And then obviously she's got like some scissors that she can have easily access to on her waist right here. And I promise, like, the chain's probably a lot longer than it looks like, so like it could like extend and stuff. And then the shoes are basically matching the dress, would also having their own like little uniqueness to itself. But yeah, I tried to make it grunge as possible. I don't know if it did turn out grunge or not, but I tried. Alright, so here is Namira. She's got yellow eyes, I forgot to mention that. And then there's a little, I tried to go with gold, but I guess I messed that up, but it's close enough to gold. And then the chain stuff. I was going to put actual gold paint that I had that when I was doing Rosamund, but kind of forgot when I was doing this, so instead of a black mouth on the inside, like I've done accidentally a few times, or once, I did like a pink inside of the mouth, so yay, no mess up. But yeah, as you can see, there's like little wolf claw mark details on the blue part of the dress. And then obviously there's the little fur trim and then the fur cape I'm really happy about, and then like almost like a grayish blue cuff thingy going on for the sleeves from the shoulder area. And then here is the Rosamund dress. You can tell that there's like a fur detail. It's like a faux fur for her because she's an animal lover. She loves animals. Anyways, as you can see, there's some brown and red, but a bit more red, but still brown in the hair. Brown eyes, gold glasses, beautiful 17th or 16th century bows. Beautiful bodice, I love it. And then obviously a whole lot of yellow and gold and orange. It's a very big dress. And obviously Nicholas. Ah! Sorry. And then obviously Nicholas. And very handsome, dapper guy. Definitely tall hair. Wanted to go for like a very much Jack Frost feeling, like an adult Jack Frost. It was very difficult to do like different kind of snowflake situations. It's like, because you know every snowflake is different and unique, and I had to do that for the pants because I didn't want to do it on the jacket because that would be way too small. So I did it on the pants. And oh my gosh, I regret it because it was so hard. But it's worth it now because look at that, that's cute. Anyway, this is the look. Very happy with. And there's nothing on the back. Okay. So, if I can, here we go. There we go. Alright. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell when you are ready for another video. And let me know in the comments down below what you want to see in the next redraw video after the Avatar Aang situation is finished. After like Avatar Last Airbender is done, let us know what kind of fandom you want to see next for redraws in my style. And thank you for watching. Bye, Fox Cubs!